grab them. Okay.
1 minute and 34 seconds.
Okay. Okay, we can do them. Hey guys, I'm doing my own recipe today of fermented jalapenos. This is taking me back to when I was a young girl growing up, and at our kitchen table there was always some, I think it was serrano peppers in a jar, and my stepdad liked to bring them out and eat them for pretty much every meal. So me, my sisters, and my brothers would join him and grab a serrano pepper with our meal and eat, and that's kind of how I started eating peppers. So this is kind of a mixture of those cans that you buy at the store with the carrots, the peppers, and the onions. And I said, you know what, Papa? I want to make my own fermented version.
Fermented?
So this is it!
Darling.
This is my own recipe.
Wow, and some of those are from the garden, aren't they?
These are all of our garden ones.
Darling, look at that. We harvested a bit ago, had them in the crisper.
Yep, these
Those
are the fish ones. There's some jalapeno ones. They're little ones. And then
those are some strange mini ones that a neighbor bought at a Mexican food store 2 years ago. She was throwing them out in our compost pile. I asked, could I grab a couple of those? So they're kind of a little fatter jalapeno type thing.
That's right. So I added my water, I added my jalapenos, I weighed them, and then I get the total of the weight of the jar also, and I'm gonna subtract them and then multiply them by a 3.03 to get a 3% salt brine for them.
Wow, darling.
So.
All right, I'll have you walk us through the process in a bit, but.
Okay.
I just shot a deer, so I gotta go take care of that. I'm excited. The camera's shaking a little bit. Darling, I was talking to some people on the internet, and
yeah,
they want to know how it is that you do what you do.
Okay, cool.
So far that's all just what?
This is onions, the peppers, and I added carrots this time to this batch.
Okay,
so,
but it's all just pretty much raw, clean cut vegetables,
yes.
right?
Yep, I rinsed them, chopped them up, and I put them in here.
Darling, all those jalapeno seeds are in there. Isn't it going to be too hot?
To avoid the risk of injury, man up.
Okay, I'll man up. Fuerte.
Oh boy. Okay, so I put too many onions in here, but I'm just gonna mush it down with some muscle here, a little homestead muscle.
Oh yeah, built homestead tough.
I'm gonna cram these down because I want to get them all in there. Anyway,
Más fuerte.
what I'm gonna do also is I'm gonna put a cabbage leaf on top of there as my lid quickly.
An all-natural lid. Purple cabbage?
Forgot about that, yes. And I actually think I saved some here from last time. I was cutting some cabbage. So I'm gonna pull that out and I'm gonna use that.
Wow, you found one you thought would be a good
Oh yeah.
cover, huh?
Yep.
Darling, you're so smart planning for your future.
So I saved them for this moment. So I'm just gonna get my rinse these. Rinse it off really good. I don't know if I need two. It's kind of full to the top. So I'll just try this. Oops. So I'm just gonna cram this right on the top. You know what? I'm gonna put my brine in first. Here is my salt brine.
So explain to me once again the brine.
The brine is salt, Himalayan pink salt, and water. And what I did was I warmed up like about 2 cups of water on the stove. I added my salt, whisked it in just to help the salt to dissolve in the water. And then I poured it into this bowl here and then let it cool, and then I put it in here. because you don't want to put any hot water into your vegetables.
Sure. And then at the
want it to be
top,
cold.
we got a bunch of floaters right now.
Yep.
And that's what we want to avoid. And that's what the cabbage leaf comes in for, huh?
And so, yep. I think I need to pour off a little bit of my water though, because
Too much?
my salt is on the bottom there. So I'm gonna pour some of the water off.
Oh, okay.
Because
The stuff in the thing
is at the bottom of
settling?
right now. Yeah.
All
so we
right.
need to settle.
I need some honey.
We want some more of that.
Ooh, I can see the
salt
pink
in there.
color.
Yep. Okay. Then I'm just gonna try to cram this in here.
In
All
such a
about
way that...
cramming.
Sure.
Just to get it all down in there. I'm gonna put it in here.
Oh, yeah, that way if your cup runneth over, that'll be a blessing, but not all over your counter. Okay, so look at what she's doing with the cabbage leaf.
Cram it in there, down to the sides, spilling a little bit, but that's okay. Use your hands, it's gonna be a little spicy, but just wash your hands up really good. All right, so that's that. I do have a spring I put in there that I use. Here's my spring, and here's my lid.
So the spring forces it down.
Kind of pushes everything down, and not all of your fermentation kits come with this spring. This one we got at Walmart. It's just kind of like the basic fermentation lid and spring. Usually people will use the stones, the glass stones, and they'll put it on top of there and then put your lid on, but I have this. This is what I have.
Do you skim the seeds, or you don't worry about those?
I don't. I just leave them on there.
Wow. So she don't.
I mean, I did at my previous batch, but they just seem to float up anyway, so I just leave them on there and just...
All right. And if they turn hairy, then you don't eat them, right?
Then that's scary, yeah.
Okay,
no.
yeah. If they turn hairy, then that's scary.
Yeah. So there is a bloom, it's called, that will set at the top like a light layer sometimes. And usually they say if you use a higher concentration of salt,
Then no bloom?
then you don't get a bloom, but...
Will the bloom kill you, like if you're
The
sleeping?
bloom is like, it's not a bad yeast. It's like a yeast that doesn't hurt you. It's not bad for you. It's just a yeast that forms at the top. It's like a little white blanket. And it's not fuzzy. It's just kind of cloudy-ish, whitish, something like that. And I did get that on my previous batch, so I increased my salt content just a little bit. I did like 3% salt on the last one, which was just peppers. And this one I did a 3.5%, just increased it just a little bit more. But yeah, it should be fine, and we'll see how they turn out.
So you put that in the fridge then?
No, I'm gonna put this, some people leave it on the cabinet counter. They say you can leave it on the counter, but I just put it under my cabinet down there because that's where I like it.
So
And you
just a nice dark place where nobody messes with it.
Yep, and just let it sit there. Usually they say about 5 to 7 days. I think I might go like 8, 9 days, a few more days over, and we'll see how it does.
Nice.
And you can peek at it and taste it.
Check it along the way.
Yeah, along the way, and see how it tastes, if you like it that way or if you want it more fermented. I kind of want them to be a little bit more sour, but we'll see how it turns out this time.
How many batches of fermented stuff total do you think you've done in your entire life? Is this like number 6 or 7, or?
This could be like 10.
Okay.
Because I've done some in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I did some pickles, and then when we got to Arkansas, I did some fermented cabbage, apple, carrot kraut.
I remember that.
To make
I
today,
remember that.
But
Somebody
I think
ate
the
all your
kids
apples.
Ate all the apples except for one.
Oh, I remember that. Wow.
So I want to make that again, and then so I've made that. Maybe I made that one time, and then some pickles, and then
Recently you've been doing some carrots, and you did do one sauerkraut, right?
I did one do regular with the green like Napa cabbage, I believe.
Yeah.
And that was amazing and delicious. I like did a fun dance every time it was time to eat it because it was just so good.
Nice. And what's in that other jar? Would you lift that up and show me?
This one?
What is that?
This is a leftover brine. Ooh, that's important. Usually you want to put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of your leftover brine to help jumpstart your next ferment.
So that's a previous success.
Yep.
And by using some previous success in your next goal, it helps you succeed, huh?
Yep, and I already added it when I was weighing my water and my vegetables. Yep.
Awesome. And what do you do with the rest of your previous success now?
This one?
Yeah.
I sip it. I guess you can use it for cooking. A friend of mine uses it for cooking, and I like to drink it sometimes. And I think I'm just going to give it to the chickens or sheep and see if they like it.
So that's a good point, that not only is it good for our gut health, but our animals also have guts, and we want them to be healthy. So a lot of times we can give it to them, soak their feed in it, or give it to them as a drink, right?
That's right.
And some
so I'm going
lick
to see
it up.
if they like it tomorrow, perhaps.
Darling.
See if they like to slip the salty water. But this was pretty simple. All you do pretty much is weigh, chop up your vegetables, rinse them, chop them, weigh them, and the water in your jar together. You're going to weigh the jar by itself, and then you're going to take the total of the vegetables and water together, and you're going to minus your jar weight, and then you're going to multiply that by 0.03 for a 3% brine salt concentration, and then that's how much salt you're going to put into your jar.
Darling, that's so easy.
So then you heat up the water, 2 cups of water, throw your salt in there, whisk it in, let it dissolve, let it cool, and I took the rest of the water that I had already weighed in here, poured it in this yellow bowl, stirred it up together with the water that was warmed up, let it warm up there, and then I just poured it all back in here, put the leaf on top or your stone, make sure all the food's below, and cover it up, and you're good to go. So doing this with my vegetables really increases the nutritional level of the food that I feed my family. And I mean, you can read it online how much it increases. It's like 10 times the regular nutritional value of the food itself.
And that's, some people are kind of big into raw food, because cooking it takes some stuff away, and canning it and pressure canning it and putting it up that way takes some of it away. So
for us, since we pressure can and we preserve food pressure canning, this is another way to just boost more nutrition from food that we have. It's better than eating it just raw.
Oh, sure, because raw is like here. Cooked is below that, and this is even better than raw, right? Yes,
and our kids love the jalapenos. They just put on their food. Even Bugger eats them, and he's teeny.
They're little peppers.
So I really like that. I mean, they're so good, high in vitamin C, so many minerals. And jalapenos, they boost your immune system, especially for the winter time. They're awesome, and I just wanted another way to preserve these that I didn't have to put them on my shelf. I wanted to increase that nutritional level and be able to have some, throughout this winter time.
Was one of those chocolate ones from our experiment in there?
Possibly.
Yeah, darling.
And so this works great for people who do not refrigerate if you're off grid. I mean, it pretty much just sits on your counter and it can sit there and ferment, and you can eat it up as it's fermenting. And, if you have a root cellar, you can put it in there and keep it cool, and it'll continue to ferment. And that's how they used to use it many, many years ago, in barrels. Whatever
big old crocks.
Whatever people had to ferment. People have been fermenting for years and years and years, and it's very, very simple.
That's, a lot of people have memories of growing up and going down to like the sauerkraut, crock, just a big one, and grabbing out a handful and going and eating it, and it was always there and stuff. And you think that's part of why people used to kind of be healthier and eat less pills and stuff like that, because they had real food that they were preserving and increasing the nutritional value and the quality of it, the benefit.
Definitely, Papa. And so I am super excited about this, and I can't wait to try it. Like I said, this is what I used to eat at home every day, pretty much, at my table. My stepdad had this, and not this for exactly, but he had the
jalapenos and carrots.
Store-bought ones that were jalapenos, carrots, and onions mixed in there, and I loved eating them with my eggs, beans, rice, enchiladas, whatever we were eating that my mom made. And so it brings back good memories, but now it's been enhanced. So
wow, well, I'll see you in 8 days then.
Yes.
Deal.
See you then. Stop. Okay. Ready? Okay, so it's been a few weeks and this is ready. It was fermenting in my cabinet for 9 to 10 days perhaps, and then I put it in the fridge.
And why did you put it in the fridge?
To slow down the fermentation. So it still ferments, it just ferments a lot slower. And I didn't try it yet, but it did have the bloom on the top when I put it in the fridge. And I don't see it there really anymore, if you can see anything, but it's usually just like this little cloudy thin layer on the top. So, smells amazing. Whew, smells so good. I just like want to drink it, but I know it's going to be spicy, so I'm not going to do
I
that.
think there's a little nose that wants to
sip.
try it too.
Hold on.
I can smell it from here. It does
that's
smell
good.
amazing. Did your nose want to try? Hey, little bell pepper, did your nose want to smell?
Oh, that is so good. And it's a little spicy. Lydia, you want to smell?
No.
Oh, okay. So, the reason this is actually this color is because I put the cabbage leaves on top. The red cabbage. And I didn't really think about it when I put them in there. I'm like, why did it turn red? Like, whoa. Or purplish or whatever color. But it was the purple cabbage leaves. So it doesn't look that appetizing perhaps because of that color. But here are the cabbage leaves. I'm pretty sure that Monster Truck's going to want to have a bite of these. He likes this kind of stuff. Ooh. There's some of the salt, perhaps, I guess, on there. So, I don't know what you want to call it, cloudy and slimy or something. Look at how pretty that looks. That is beautiful.
It pales in comparison to your beauty, my love.
Okay. Thanks. Here we go. Here's another leaf. Ooh, and here's one of the peppers.
Jalapeno?
That actually looks really pretty. Green with that hot pink in there. Looks beautiful. Should we try it? I'm gonna burn myself. That's a lick. Tastes good. I'll wait for, maybe I'll eat it with some cabbage. I want to try them, but I know they're gonna be spicy. Wrap it around.
Oh, you hear that raw food crunch? Because it's not cooked. I like
try
that
a
crunch.
carrot.
I think those carrots got a little spicier too, hanging out with those jalapenos all these weeks or all these days.
Oh yeah, Papa. This is good. Oh yeah, that was good. That was very crunchy.
Does it make you want to cook meals to go with it?
Yes. Definitely, Papa. Let's try the carrot. That's good.
If you all hear some background noise, the children are frying some fish for our dinner tonight. So there may be some sizzling in the background.
Look at how pretty that looks, Dan.
I know, it looks amazing.
So this is the onion there, that purple
Oh yeah.
stuff there.
Try one, my lady.
The dyed onion. That tastes good.
What do you got? Homemade biscuit?
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. This is really good. Wow.
The baby is dying.
This is my awesome party mix.
Darling, I want to party with you.
Looks so cool. Well, I can't wait to put this on some meals and enjoy this maybe with some beans for sure, if it's with some pinto beans.
Can I try
Throw it
one
on
of
my
each?
breakfast eggs.
Can you get me a pepper, a carrot, and an onion?
Sure.
I want one thing.
You
They're
want a carrot
spicy,
too?
sweetie. They're spicy. I don't think you're gonna like them because you don't like it so spicy. What else did you want, Darlin? Pepper.
One
Okay,
of
there we
each.
go.
Pepper, onion, carrot.
I'm gonna give you a nice size one.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, where do you want it?
Right over here.
Hi.
Slide it to me now.
Good.
We're going to start with the onion, which is now pink because of the cabbage. Oh, wow. Yeah. Darling. It's got like an almost pico de gallo flavor. I'm just eating that raw onion like that because it's been fermented, kind of like when you dump it in that lime juice. Jalapeno. Nice. It's got like a freshness to it. I like that. Carrot.
I love that.
I like a little spice, a little zing, a little burning in the back of your throat. It brings it. This is really good.
I would like to try doing some fermented hot sauce. I wonder if I can just take a chunk of this and
Don't do that, little girl. You're supposed to eat the biscuit, not the plastic.
yep, eat this. And blend it all up and make a fermented hot sauce. Add some, was it apple cider vinegar?
We got a
It was
friend who does that.
salt and some other things to it. And did that with the carrots and all that just mixed in, and the onions. And the mixture of the peppers.
Why are you talking like that?
Whew.
Oh, yeah.
My tongue is on fire.
The only cure is to eat more.
All right. Well, this turned out great. The only thing I was not expecting is that purple color.
It livens it up a bit, though.
Still looks, it looks kind of crazy cool.
It does. Matches your shirt for sure. Looks like you made it. Color coordinated.
With my food.
Alright guys, for a while now we've been getting into experimenting with fermented stuff. Mama is stepping it up a notch, and we are enjoying the bounty of our harvest, the fruit of our labor. We enjoyed it anyway.
That's right. Can't wait to try this with some eggs in the morning, some fried eggs and some beans on the side, pinto beans.
I'd throw that in a tortilla with some eggs. Oh, that'd be so
Throw
good.
it on a piece of venison in a tortilla and just have that for dinner. So have you guys ever fermented anything? Maybe you tried once, maybe you failed. Have you tried again? I know that different temperatures and different recipes could help, and let us know down in the comments below. You think you would try this? And would you make this? Let us know. We'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Mom out.